What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and today we're going to be talking about Apex Legends. So EA gave me a copy of the Founders Edition of the game, so I was able to unlock the additional two characters, and I've been pretty much just sinking any free stream time I have into this game. In today's video, I want to talk about how this game blew up and why it blew up, and in my opinion, it comes down to one word, and that is accessibility. The genre of Battle Royale very much took the gaming world by storm. We had PUBG, and then Fortnite came in, kind of crowning itself as king, and we've seen a couple other here or there. We had Realm Royale, we had Call of Duty Blackout, but nothing has really come close to the same growth that we initially saw with PUBG and Fortnite, and in less than a week, Apex has already pushed itself up to 25 million users. And the reason I want to discuss on this is because this game does so much right about Battle Royale, and not necessarily just the formula, but in how it approaches the genre itself and how accessible and easy to play it made it. Accessibility in general is something that's kind of a touchy subject in games. You want your games to be approachable and easy to pick up, but you don't want them so easy that folks steamroll right through them. Taking Kingdom Hearts as an example, the game basically can be played simply by mashing the X and the triangle button, and while the game is more of a movie and going through and telling a story, from a pure gameplay standpoint, it's so accessible that it ends up taking the fun out of it. Kind of on the flip side of things, if you look at PUBG, one of the big things about PUBG that's so daunting, especially as a new player, is you have all these different guns. Each gun has its own stats, each gun has its own attachments. You have different melee weapons. Certain melee weapons are more effective. You have the different grenades, you have the different armor types. You have all this fucking clothing that is absolutely nothing for the game, but it's still there. And ultimately, you basically have sensory overload for your users. You have so much going on that most people can't even take it all in, at least initially when they first start. Apex, on the other hand, takes a very holistic approach to this. A perfect example of this is how the game approaches guns and their ammo types. Heavy weapons all have a teal coloring, and coincidentally, heavy ammo has a teal coloring. Energy weapons are yellow, along with their corresponding ammo. Light weapons end up using orange color ammo, along with them being orange themselves. And on top of that, all the attachments for everything are coincidentally named. You have extended heavy mag, you have extended light mag. So it's very easy to know what you need to get for your weapon because of the nomenclature that's been chosen. On top of that, another great thing this game does, which is actually something we saw in PUBG Mobile that I discussed liking so much, is the auto-equipping. When you're running through, one of the core things in a Battle Royale is you want the game to be fast-paced, you want it to be fun, and to that extent, Apex does an excellent job. If you pick up a extended heavy mag when you're using a heavy gun, it just equips it on your gun. And then if you happen to find a better quality attachment for that gun, when you go to pick it up, it just replaces it. And if you go to try to take the white one again, the game even warns you. It goes, we have something better. And it's because of that streamlined process, because the game, in a sense, is almost foolproofing it. It's making sure that you always have this progression towards better loot. Everything is very easily color-coded with the same color scheme that we've known to, that we've become accustomed with from various RPGs. We start off with white, then we see blue, then we see purple, then eventually we have legendary tier stuff, which tends to be gold. And so it's taken lessons from a lot of different games and a lot of different genres to very much streamline the experience into something that is both complex but at the same time simple enough that a new player can pick it up and run with it. Another thing this game does beautifully is its communication system. I think a core part of any squad-based game is you have to be able to communicate, and then of course you have the boundary between, are you going to be typing, are you going to be chatting? People always have shitty mics on online play, that's no secret. And one of the greatest things about this game is the ping system. You're able to very quickly, with one button, ping where an enemy might be, or if you ping a particular item, it highlights that for your teammates. You can highlight a gun, you can highlight ammo, you can highlight supplies. If you want to hold the button, you can ping specific orders out. Maybe you want to go explore a particular area. Maybe you're trying to hold up in an area, and you can all do that through the pinging system. And even playing with complete randoms, people I've never met before, and having the mic off, the pinging system is actually incredibly effective at still communicating your intents. And that's another thing we don't see a lot, even in games that could benefit from nice built-in robust communication systems. Take a look at both Monster Hunter World and Anthem. Both of them have extremely bare bones communication, and it's a pretty sharp contrast because those are team-oriented games, and even though they're not battle royales, you know, here you have a game that I would consider a battle royale to arguably be a more bare bones game than both Anthem or Monster Hunter World, which are supposed to be team-based coordination kind of loot shooters. But despite that, this game clearly has the superior system when it comes to communicating just through simple things. And taking a note on team-based gameplay, let's talk about the different characters and how all their abilities tie in. This is definitely a game where I feel that they've taken each of the different characters, regardless of their role in Apex Legends, if you will, and they're all still very diverse in their movesets. I've been playing mainly Gibraltar and Caustic so far, and they have very, very different playstyles, despite the fact that they are both considered heavies. You know, Gibraltar, you're supposed to be very offensive in the enemy's face. You have your shield for a little bit more defense, protects you from headshots. You're constantly just pushing the aggression, staying up on the enemy. Whereas Caustic, on the other hand, is a lot more tactical. I noticed that, you know, I frequently find myself putting down traps just to use them as basically proximity sensors. I can tell when an enemy enters a zone, and every now and then when the stars align and we find somebody trapped, I can toss them down and gas an entire room. So despite the fact that both characters are heavies, they play drastically different, which is something that really appeals to me. And last but not least, the fact that the game is free is a definite point in its success. When PUBG and Fortnite kind of had their Battle Royale off, if you will, I think one of the biggest reasons Fortnite blew up the way it did is because it was completely free. You could get it on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and it didn't cost anything, whereas if you wanted to play PUBG, you were dropping 30 bucks or whatever it was for early access. And at the end of the day, if you can get something that's free versus something that's not free, you know, the choice is going to be obvious. And with this game already having access on the three major platforms of PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and the fact that it's free, I definitely think this stands to be a strong, strong challenger to Fortnite and potentially take over the Battle Royale sphere. For me, at least, one of the hardest things with Fortnite was the build meta, especially once you got towards the higher tiers in the game. If you couldn't build incredibly fast, you ultimately stood no chance, regardless of how good you were. We even see a lot of more popular streamers, people that just do nothing but Battle Royales, like the Doctor and Shroud, avoiding Fortnite mainly because of that reason. They just didn't like the build meta. They wanted a shooter, and we're seeing a pure, unadulterated, fast shooter with Apex. So either way, I think this game definitely is going to go somewhere in the future. I'm having a ton of fun playing with it, and on top of that, a lot of people I know that don't even like Battle Royales are having fun with it, so that definitely is a testament to just how much fun this game is. But either way, guys, if you want to catch me playing Apex, definitely make sure to tune in on Twitch, as I'm kind of a potato for now. I won't be uploading too many streams, but once I get a little bit better, I will. So thanks for coming on by. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.